I ain't got the video on because I'll be walking around doing a lot of stuff around the house, getting things done. But if you're new here, make sure you click like and subscribe, or just check out the video, set back. Or if you're working or anything like that, put your ear pods on or put your pods in, whatever they call it, and listen. So I wanted to do this video today because I wanted to shed light on it is a lot of Jarvis butts in the world. They're just not exposed. Now, what happened to little Naziah, may she rest in peace, was so disturbing. And we already know those type of men like Jarvis Butts, even though he was right under the nose of little Naziah's family, doing this to his own daughter, and it seemed like they trafficked the kids. That's the speculations we got. But what about these other girls out here? So many cases that be coming about of more missing girls or more girls getting caught up or unalived by older men. And these situations do not get discussed a lot. So that's why I wanted to say that it is a lot of Jarvis butts out here in the world, and they pry on younger women. And we can say younger women, they could be in their 40s still prying on 21-year-olds or younger. If we could say they 22, that's still too young sometime for a 40 plus year old. But some people don't think that way, because I think like 22 and under, those are young adults that should be focusing on going to college or getting their careers together, or even dating people their own age so they can know how the things go in this world. But we have these Jarvis Butts type of men with these sick minds out here, and their whole goal is to pry on younger women that they feel that is lost, that they feel that don't have no support, no type of mother, that they feel they can control for one. Even though we know that Jarvis had those other women he was around, like the fiance, the baby mamas, they were of age, but we don't know how long they relationships, were like how long he was with them. If they were underage at one point. Um, but they also had that mindset of being very gullible. They looked at him as, oh, he's light skinned, he's this and that. Oh, they was very insecure. So they wasn't really rap tight to me, the selection of the adult women he had. So he knew what kind of women to pry on that got childlike mind, that let the guy rip and run the street. That's not investigating what this man is up to. Because, it's real when we investigate the heck out of a nigga. We're going to Google his ass. We're going to know his moves. We're going to get word of mouth. All of them was acting kind of clueless. Oh, we don't know. We never knew he was like that. Them the kind he was attracting. So he knew what kind of ill-minded women to be around and get with. Because his whole plan was to get with the little girls. Get with underage girls. And see, what I'm basically saying too is it's like Jarvis Butts out there in the world, but they might not be as demonic as Jarvis, but they still prying on underage girls for the fact they feel like they mentally cannot handle someone of their age that's on their shit and that have expectancies of how a man should supposed to be. So what they do, they get with younger girls, especially that have like daddy issues, mama issues, probably staying with a grandma, lost in the sauce, somebody that's already drinking and smoking and gullible in the mind, that's seeking love and protection. They will intrude in that little girl's young life, and that will be, and they'll feel like they'll have someone they can raise up and groom. Like, I'm going to groom her to do what I want her to do and how I want her to do it. Because those little girls will be so head over heels over their predator that they don't really know that they're the victim. You get what I'm saying? And it's really sad. And we seen it a lot. I used to see it like in middle school. I used to see one of my middle school classmates walk down the street with this older looking man. But it kind of was nothing we could say. I know they used to be on the across the street from us walking. not really hugged up or nothing like that, but it was nothing that we really could say, but we knew it was strange. We like, he don't look like a middle school student. He didn't even give high school student. So it was kind of sad. Well, it was sad seeing her have to lose her innocence to this grown man that he's doing Lord knows what with her. He's trying to groom her to feel like she's this grown woman before her time. She's getting robbed of her youth, of going to have fun like the other girls, skating, movies, and all that, because she's laid up with a grown man. But mind you, she had the type of mother that was on drugs. The mother, whole family tree was on drugs. You get what I'm saying? Really struggling. I did not see them with the active father. I did not see them with even a vehicle. I don't think the parent even had a car. So everything was struggle. So when she got with that man, she felt like, oh, I'm protected. I hit the jackpot. This is somebody that care about me. This is somebody that's giving me attention, the attention I've been lacking, the attention I've been needing. And we usually see the outcome with those type of young ladies that get groomed by those older, sick predator men. They usually always get them young girls pregnant. I'm telling you, every time. Those sick, demonic men. And I'm trying to tell you now. See, I personally don't know anyone that's around me or in my circle that do anything like that. But if I did, oh, they would have got told about. Definitely. They would have got put on blast. Now, the thing is, we heard a word of mouth of maybe somebody we know of, like, and then they have to get registered as a sex offender. It'll be like the ages was 13 to 50. And I'm going to look at their ass different. I'm going to delete you off my platform. I don't want shit to do with your ass because you're sick in the mind. Yeah, it is Dark Moon Mystic. This is a dark kind of topic. It's because it's sick. We talking about these Jarvis Butts type of man that's going after these young girls, grooming them. Because I see a lot of them to this day as them being adults, and they don't have that spark to them. They felt like they already did everything. They look a little older than what they are. In their mind, they kind of messed up. They didn't get that youth fulfilled life. I'm telling you, I told you guys before on my other videos, when you're a young girl in school, you either got strict parents that are not going to let you talk to the boys that you go to school with, or you going to be one of those young ladies that get the school boyfriends. You get what I'm saying? That's somebody of your age. That was me. So I'm probably the nerd because I was able to get the boyfriends of my age. Should I have boyfriends? Nah, but they were my age, and I felt like we both had the same intellect when it came to life. We both childish. We both know about the same video games that we enjoy playing. It wasn't no grown man that's introducing me to things beyond the things I need to know sexually or mentally. Got me out here riding with him. See, I didn't ever experience anything like that. So I look at that as sick. You get what I'm saying? And I just feel like if you see young girls out here like just enjoying being with these older men, somebody needs to talk to them. I haven't really seen any of the young girls that's out here with the older man up close and personal. Just reading stories. But if I happen to come across one and I personally know them, I'm going to try to talk to them. And I'm sure it's hard to get through these young ladies' heads after they already got turned out and groomed. Like I said, they pretty much going to think you're trying to step on their toes. You're either hating, and then we're going to have these predator mans. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to plug my charger up. Thank you, Kelsey. Then we have these predator men that'll tell the young girls, oh, that older lady, she just hating. She just mad because she ain't got a nigga. Or she wish she could get with me. That's the type of stuff they can play. That's like child's play. That's the type of shit they can say to the young girls. And then the young girls will think they got one up on the woman. Like, oh, okay, yeah, my dude said she was trying to, and they'll lie. They're like, my dude said she was trying to get with him, so she just mad because she ain't got him. and I'm pulling they niggas. You know, them young girls will start thinking that way because a lot of times none of the moms are raising them no more. They either on the drugs or running the streets themselves, drinking all the time, or they trying to pull them some YNs or whatever the case. They don't be knowing what their young daughters are up to. You see what I'm saying? To the mouths run up till they get runt. So I just don't understand with these predator men out here that's sick going after these young girls. And that's why you do have to be careful of who you bringing in your home. You might think he's so cool. Oh, he's so cool, but you got your daughters around, your growing daughters. And he going to be checking them out. Because other than that, I'm just trying to say, what do a grown man, if you got grown daughters raising daughters, that dude should have his own crib and you go see him. Get what I'm saying? A real man gonna be like, baby, come see me. They ain't gonna want to keep coming over your house, being around and seeing your daughters. Whether you think you seen them looking at them or not, I trust me, I believe they be looking because they just sick. Whether they said something or not to the child, it's just the whole point. You have to protect these girls more than what you think you protect them. Just because you all like, oh, they got clothes and shoes, they go to school every day. That's not enough. You need to check on them mentally and see how they're doing. But like I said, most of the moms and the parents that take care of their kids, attentive to their children, they're not going to really have those problems. It's always, like I said, the ones that lack thereof somewhere in their households that's going to end up falling for one of the predators. And we're not trying to make anybody feel bad that end up falling victim to the predator. Because we're not victim shaming here. Nope, not at all. Mm-mm. It's just time for everybody to realize it's more than one Jarvis Butts out here. And they need to get caught. And I need these young ladies or even the young guys that's becoming victims of them to start speaking up. All that, I'll take your family out or I'll do this to you if you tell. Nah, you're going to have to tell. You got to take that risk. Even though we know that risk is, wild to take now that we know how people is unaliving folks left and right, honey, which is sick and demonic. But you're going to have to put it on the floor if you know you're a victim to a situation like that. And whoever that was a victim to a situation like that, with a younger lady, you young and that man is so old, I hope you healed from that trauma of experiencing that. Because I know once you got older, you realized that you didn't want your kids ending up like how you were. That's usually the case. People that was victims to that, they're going to be like, I don't want my kid to be even doing or thinking about going around someone like how I was when I was younger. Another thing, talk to your sons. Because we always talk about the girls. Always talking about the girls. Talk to your sons. Make sure your sons know we don't touch underage. We don't look at underage stuff. We don't do nothing that's underage that will jeopardize and put us at risk. It's too much grown free stuff out here. Get what I'm saying? That's legal. Too much. You enjoy that. You stay where it's legal. And don't let nobody do it to you when you're underage. And don't you do it to nobody underage. Point blank, period. And stay in your children's life. That's how we need to start holding these guys and these young boys that we keep bringing in the world accountable. Get what I'm saying? Because it's always usually the girls that we telling the rules to. Like coming up, it was always rules to how to keep a nigga. Oh, you better keep your house clean and feed him and all that. What do that man need to know besides giving us money? Because you don't want to just teach the guy to just give money. I mean, you don't want that to be the only thing they know. Like, oh, if I want to keep her happy, she got to have the money. We know the dude's got to have money. But no, they need to know all the healthy traits so they can become that wholesome man and stop all the evilness. We don't want no more Jarvis Butts. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that is of the world, we want them locked up. That's why I make these videos about this type of stuff. Because, see, Government, they just give them a slap on the wrist to me. They just have them register at homes that they no longer be living in because they house to house. They don't be at them houses. Most of them homes they register at. What is that gonna do, and how is that gonna protect society with just a slap on the wrist? They're gonna be back out there again because they said once a man like that have a sickness going after underage, there's no cure for that. It's none because it's beyond evil and a psychological issue that they have. It's a sickness. And like I said, there's plenty more out there that's like a Jarvis Butts. We want that to end. We cannot have any more situations like a little Naziah Harris. I don't even know about the discovery of little Naziah's body. Like they have not even discussed that no more after they talked about Jarvis unaliving himself. Like we want to see the ceremony, the memorials. I want to know about the baby's body. Uh, like that, because that still sat heavy on my heart what took place about little Naziah. And she could have been protected. She could have been protected way more than what they claimed they were doing. Because that baby was not protected. And she fell in love with a predator and a man that groomed her. A man that's older than me and a lot of us. This man is old and sick. And that baby girl felt okay being around this sick man. So you got to think about any of the other girls that's possibly going through the same thing, but it might not be their auntie baby daddy. Get what I'm saying? It's just a regular hood dude or a man that we think that keep the world safe, because even the police officers be guilty. So it don't gotta be of a man of a hood. It could be a man of a title that's doing this. That's how sick these dudes are. Okay, some of them. Straight, I'm just keeping it 100. Because it have to stop. It have to end. I think they need a better solution on how to handle predators besides just having them register. Like maybe if they crack down on them harder like they do the dope dealers, we'll see more changes because we'll have dudes so scared like, oh, I don't want to do that. But hey, they always catch some weird, strange man looking at stuff in his computer. He shouldn't be looking at the sickest, the darkest. We always got some vulnerable, ill-mannered woman that's selling this stuff to the sick man. So we got those type of sickos that need to go right down with those predators. You get what I'm saying? But I notice with the world today, they protect those type of people in some type of way. They always easy on them. You get what I'm saying? And that's what's sickening to me. That is what's sickening to me. I will never understand that. I think that's got to be one of the sickest things ever to me of the world that I want to stop. A lot of times they have like little surveys. What do you want to stop in the world? If it's one thing you can stop, I always be like pedos. Period. It's nothing else worse than that. We know murders is the worst too. That's evil. But pedos, that's sick, evil, demonic. You can't tell me it ain't a devil and demons. That is the worst. That's why I said it's a lot of Jarvis Butts out here. Start exposing their ass. We got to start getting them locked up. We got to start saving our children. If you see something, say something. If you notice you got some type of family that's strange with their daughters and sons, got all different type of men around, and you know something going on. Somebody need to say something, even if you got to say it silently. Protect them the best way you can, because we see how Janelle and Kiwana was trying to protect the girls once they exposed that something happened to them, and then we see how the alleged traffickers, which is the grandma and aunt, told those kids to lie. So we got to watch out for key clues like that, because some of the kids be forced to lie when it could have got prevented. Then we already know that CPS don't really do their job when people is exposing the truth. So it only takes us now, the world now, to try to help get these predators off the street, because they come in a look that distinguished, But one thing about a predator is always going to be a word of a mouth. It's always going to be some type of clues. And I'm going to say what type of clues, for example. Jarvis, all the clues was right there. Everything was right in those people's face. King, his family, Tijuana, which is what's the name, Jarvis' sister. They all seen that. Those people all knew about that man and his history. But they played it crazy. Just like they do any of the other pedos. You know what they used to say back in the day? Because they used to be popular back in the day, from what I heard. This was a thing back in the 60s and way before that. Them young girls, they liked it, them older dudes, because they felt like they had money. And the older dudes was even husbands. You get what I'm saying? That's what was sick. They'll cheat on their wife for the young girls. And then they'll get them young girls pregnant. So them young girls be like 15, 16, pregnant by a 23 and up plus man with the whole wife and kids. And he will leave that girl stranded with their baby. And act like he don't even know the girl anymore. And they thought that was kind of cute back then. That they mans was older and stuff. We seen it with Color Purple, how Mr. was with Celie. Celie was a child on there. But we can't normalize that in this time. But somewhere in the law, they made a section to call it pedo. So back then, I guess they didn't have the protection. They didn't have the laws yet. But now, some went on that they made some laws. And that's something I got to look at too as well. If you guys know, you can put it in the comments. But it's somewhere in one of them years, they made some laws about anybody doing something with someone underage. And I think that was like the best thing they could do. But the only thing is they only gave it kind of like as a slap on the wrist, unless it was very more horrific, then they might take more action. Other than that, they're registering them. So how would the victim feel knowing that the person that did something to him is just still roaming the streets looking for their next prey? Because they be so good at what they're doing on trying to manipulate people, but only, people be catching on to them, but they so good at playing their role. Okay, but I can go on and on about this. It's just like a part one. I might come back and do more. You guys, please make sure you like and subscribe. I just have to discuss this because I get disgusted by situations. Rest in peace to little Naziah and any of those young souls that have to lose their life due to a situation like that because of a predator and not being protected by some evil family as well. Because my heart goes out to them. All they wanted was to feel safe, but they was around the wrong monster. That was not safety, that was predatorial. Okay, till next time, you guys stay safe and sane and peace out.